Welcome into Sports City Nation. Today is Friday. We had a couple no-shows in basketball to talk through. Caitlin Clark going to be a no-show. Steve Ballmer, Kawhi Leonard. I don't know what's going on there. Also, Jalen Carter, a no-show after Spitgate. And I brought in my guy, B. Davis, to talk about all things Eagles and the NFC least.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. By idiots, for idiots.
This is Sports Idiot Nation.
Sports, comedy, pop culture, and everything in between. Welcome back, sinners. This is Season 2 of Sports Idiot Nation.
Welcome in. Today's Friday, September 5th, and you know it's time. Football is here. Sports Idiot Nation comes to you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Follow us on social media. I'm here with T.I., and for the first time ever, B. Davis is with us, super Eagles fan. We got to give him his flowers. B, what up, man? So, just a few hours ago, was able to celebrate, and I'll break it down real quick for T.I. As I'm introducing B. Davis to you and to everyone on Sports Idiot Nation. B. Davis and I were in a couple of fantasy footballs leagues together. He's been on my radio show here in Fort Wayne. We basically talk smack together on everything except we happen to agree on one thing in particular and one thing only, and that is the Golden State Warriors are the best thing since sliced bread, and that's the only thing we agree on. Now, B.
I thought you guys were going to say you both equally hate the Cowboys the same.
Well,
I mean, you're an Eagles fan and you're a Niners fan. But come on now.
Here's one thing I want to bring up. B, what is this? Do you recognize this? This was the league.
You can't bring that up because you cut the league right after you won it. Nobody signed up.
So this is usually in my background.
Sounds about
here.
Like something Adam would do.
No, never.
Like
Never.
I'm
not
sorry.
Never.
I'm sorry, I've deleted the Curry. I won the trophy.
Life happens.
Guys, sorry,
Look,
I guess I'll just keep the trophy forever since he waited until he won it, and then he is like, oh, got to delete the league. Sorry, y'all. I'll just keep it. Makes it easy. I'll just keep it over here. It makes it easy. Yeah.
The league kind of folded, but this legends never die, and I will have this forever. And
the league folded. League didn't fold until you won it, but whatever.
I pulled a Isaiah Thomas on the CBA. So, all right, B, let's get into last night's game. It was just a few hours ago with that rain delay. We were talking before the show, and man, the weather really killed the mood because there was no punts before that. There was no, the offense was just clicking, and then it became like, oh, now we got a real NFL game once the weather started. What did you think about last night, other than I know you got the win and all that, but what were some takeaways for you?
Honestly, the win is the only one. Everybody. We played like shit. We played like shit. I mean, offensively, we was cooking the first half. Jalen. You know my man. I gotta take up for everybody. Want to talk about Jalen and how he can't. Jalen put us on his back.
No, he won that game. Running the ball, third down, the touchdowns, unbelievable. I have nothing to say because I was a hater back in the day. I even told you. Here's a story for you, T.I. B might remember this. When they lost the Super Bowl against the Chiefs years ago, I messaged B and said, look, the Eagles are going to lose the Super Bowl, and there's going to be one play in particular that you can look back on and say, he didn't have it. And what did he do in that Super Bowl? He fumbled. And I said, I told you so. So ever since, I've not been a lover of Jalen Hurts, and I have to come back off that and say he completely, last year, obviously won the Super Bowl and played amazing. And just last night, the dude made every play. Passing was on point. I know it was like maybe passing yards wasn't like a million yards or anything, but he did what he needed. And with his legs, he
A
was
million?
10 for 10, like 100% percentage, like on with running and what he needed to do. So props to him. I don't know about that defense.
First off, Adam, don't be hating on my fantasy quarterback there. Mr. Jalen Hurts is, he gave me a good run last year. I'm giving him another shot this year. I brought him back, so just slow your roll there, hating on my man there. But yeah, I do agree with both you guys. Yeah, he put the team on the back for sure. First half, I think if the rain delay didn't happen, he would have kept rolling. I think he was starting to open up the passing game. Not sure if AJ Brown's hurt or he's a decoy. Not sure what was going on there, but there need to be a little practice.
3 weeks.
That sounds familiar. He chose to play and practice when he was here in Nashville. So nothing new there.
He didn't practice for 3 weeks. He came back. Monday was his first practice. Monday was it this week or last? Maybe Monday last week was his first practice, and he was just doing light stuff. And he came out today. He wasn't himself. You could tell. But he wasn't getting open. I seen a pass Jalen was trying to throw to him, and it was quick, about 5-10 yards, and he wasn't turning around. I'm like,
yeah,
AJ, he was mentally clocked out of this game, I think, and maybe that's because he wasn't getting targets early. But I'm not worried about AJ. AJ going,
yeah, he's fine. AJ's fine, but yeah, you're right. If you don't target him early, he mentally clocks out. Bro's like he can't pay attention. He's just ready to go home. But everybody was ready to go home after that rain delay, though.
That was terrible.
T.I., I want to ask you about the defense. You said you have Jalen Hurts as your quarterback. Did you draft the Cowboys or the Eagles defense at all?
No, I did not do
terrible.
that.
Both
I did not do that.
Terrible.
I like to stack offensive players, but I don't stack defensive players. So no, I did not have either of those defenses. Thankfully,
yes,
especially Adoree Jackson. My God.
Okay, B. Here's your
bro's getting torched, man.
B was on social media all last night, dude.
Yeah, I remember seeing that when he was wearing Titans jersey because we drafted him initially, and if he wasn't dropping punts, he was getting burnt and covered. So it was good to reminisce to old times last night while I was watching him get burnt like toast.
He was trash in preseason. Every report in practice came out. Adoree, they just scored on Adoree. Adoree just got 15 yards on him. Every single receiver, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, to the sixth receiver was cooking Adoree. And Ringo, for that matter.
Yeah, he ain't it. He ain't it.
After that first drive, I'd have put his ass out the game. He literally, why is he 15 yards off the ball when it's 3rd and 3? What are you doing?
They came out, third quarter and were like, yeah, we're just gonna bench him. He's not gonna play. And then they throw him in. They're like, okay, we sat him out for a little bit, threw him in, and first thing he does is fall down and give up about a 30-yard run after he falls down. Guy.
Miles Sanders' run was his fault. He wasn't. He got tripped over. Like, bro, he's your legend. You're supposed to be an NFL player. If he's strong, why are you letting him? Don't. I'll go on the whole tangent about Adoree Jackson. And we got Bennett, Jacorian Bennett from the Raiders. He's pretty good. He's a good back, but he just got here 3 weeks ago. So I'm guessing that they want to give Adoree a shot. But after this game, I don't see how. He was in concussion protocol.
No.
Right after halftime, he was in concussion protocol.
Well, he has to go. He has to go. I know how his story ends. I've seen his story. His story ends the same way, no matter what color his jersey is.
I'm funny you said that. Vic said, well, it didn't work out in Tennessee, and it didn't work out in New York. This is his last shot. And Vic keep it above. Vic Fangio, he said, this is his last shot. So Either you're gonna take it or not. Kick him off my team. He's done.
Yeah, well, it's or not.
Yeah.
That's what
No,
happened.
he's we got a job for you. It's practice squad.
All right, we cannot wait any longer to get to Spitgate. Let's get right to it, because right away we saw the spit, but only later did we know that it was Dak Prescott who kind of initiated that. They let us go. The NFL let us go a full hour, 45 minutes with thinking that Jalen Carter was just off his rocker. When now we see it later, I don't know what they were trying to do. When it was Dak the whole time, he's in the huddle. He peeks through the offensive lineman, looks right at the dude, spits in his direction, and then goes like this. Gives him a little like, yeah. Come on, man. Like, that is whack. Like, I'm not saying you should Bill Romanowski him, which is what, Jalen Carter did, but like, because they're always going to catch the second guy, right? So maybe Dak knew what he was doing. But, bro, I lost more respect for Dak, and I'm a little bit ready to take it easier on, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think?
I was going hard on Jalen before that, because I'm like,
You can't do that.
I'm not mad at him, but you can't be that stupid. That's a very stupid thing to do before the thing starts. For one, I don't give a fuck what Dak did. You shouldn't even been over there in that huddle. Period.
Right.
You ain't been over. Game ain't even started yet. Ain't everybody talking shit. You shouldn't even been over there. But you can't antagonize a psychopath and expect him not to do nothing. Jalen Carter is not all the way there, which I love about it because it makes him a great player. But when
Dak knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing.
He's gonna do worse than you did. So
yeah.
Dak spit with intention to piss him off. He looked dead at him.
Right.
He made a face, spit like like I got you, motherfucker. and then Jalen, and then Dak pushed the lineman out the way to walk. Jalen didn't walk towards him yet.
Right.
Dak walked towards him, and psychopath results. He spit on him. Shouldn't have did it. It's fucked up, and they're going to tear his ass up in the media tomorrow. They was already doing it. The announcers and stuff was already doing it.
Oh, yeah.
Just don't do that. You have to grow up. Well, he's still a kid. He's only 23, 24 years old. Still a kid. I mean, he got to grow up. He got some growing up to do. But that know better. And after I seen that, I was like, I'm not mad at him at all for what he did. Greg, he should have did.
I mean, people just need to give Jalen Carter a little break. That guy has just now learned how to properly drive a vehicle, much less be a professional athlete. So we just got to give that kid a little bit of slack. You know what I'm saying? And the entire Georgia Bulldogs roster and locker room, matter of fact, they're all trying to just find their way. But one thing, Adam, I'm going to have to call you out on is that you said you lost a little respect for Dak. Bro, you don't have any respect for Dak. How is it possible for you to lose respect for Dak? You have zero respect for Dak. I know you do. You're a Niners fan. I know you have zero respect for Dak Prescott. You can pretend that you do on this podcast, but I know that you have zero respect for Dak Prescott. So please enlighten me. Please enlighten me, Mr. Marino.
Here's what I'll say about Dak. Yes, I agree. I will say, look, Dak played well, bro. Last night, Dak played well. CD dropped, 2, maybe 3. That last one, where he dove, that's not on him. Like, that's not a drop. But it was a great throw.
That's a Super Mario catch.
But it was a great throw. And Dak, honestly, impressed me. I'm just keeping it real. Like, you have no love for Dak, but you got to give him credit.
Not true. It's not true. I'm actually one of the few Eagles fans who respects Dak's game. I think Dak is a good quarterback. He has his faults, yeah. But I honestly do think Dak is a good quarterback. And I think
Dak's good.
That they won 12 games 3 years in a row. Without Dak, they ain't doing that. So for all the fucking hate, I hate Dallas and that satanic star, like Philly 500 say. I hate Dallas with everything in me. Dak is the only – I like CD, but Dak is the only one and CD I respect on that whole roster, honestly.
Yeah. Dak played well last night. That's all I got to say. Like, he really did. He showed me something. But, man, I did not know that he initiated all that. Like, they let me go a whole hour, 45 minutes thinking that it was
Already,
all just out of nowhere.
we got back after the break, and that was an hour. That was
Yeah,
we didn't find out till probably 3.5, 4 hours after it happened. And
right.
I'm like, y'all allowed us to
Intern.
try at this kid, and he didn't do it. He didn't provoke it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
People went to bed not knowing.
No,
People went to
interns
bed
needed.
not knowing.
Yeah, the interns needed some work to do during the rain delay, and they gave them
Man,
some video
that's
to filter
crazy
through,
work,
and they were
though.
like, "Hey, look what we found."
Yeah.
But no, Dak's fine, man. Dak, no controversy, no conspiracies, no weird stuff, man. He just goes out there and plays football. Seems to be a good dude. So yeah, I mean, it's he got. Anytime you're the quarterback for the Cowboys, you already have these lofty expectations. So he's exceeded expectations I think people had for him coming out of Mississippi State. Whether he wins the Super Bowl in Dallas, I don't think he ever will.
Well,
But
he's not doing that. No.
but he is. I don't disagree with either of you guys. He is a good quarterback, and he did play good last night.
I mean,
Yeah.
fourth round pick. I think fourth round pick and started his first year. I mean, Romo got hurt with that first game. That started his first year, and he's been their franchise. So any Dak slander, I don't really participate in. Like Granny, don't get me wrong. I fucking hate him because he played for Dallas.
Yeah.
I respect that, man. I respect that. Everybody else is just my ass.
Yep, I totally get that. Hey, let's shift gears. We're going to come back to NFL, but I want to get into this NBA story because it is bizarre. So I like Pablo Torres from when he would sub on Pardon the Interruption and just around the horn. Like, I like him whenever I see him, and he's the one that's the whistleblower, or he has a podcast where he dives into this kind of stuff and broke the story. Like, here's what we know basically is that Kawhi Leonard was paid basically $28 million under a quote unquote fake organization. Like, it was real, but they never did anything. And Steve Ballmer, one of the richest owners, I get the mindset is I have all this money, I should be able to pay my players, but there's a little thing called the salary cap where you just can't do that. It's not the Wild West, and he's trying to do that and got caught supposedly. We'll find out more information in the coming days, I guess. But here's what I want to ask you guys about, because Mark Cuban then had to come to his side and said that he's team Steve Ballmer. And here's what he said that I think is very crazy. He said, of course they'll give him $28 million. If this is a brand that is going to be bought from the Clippers, this brand wants to do well. The brand only does well if the Clippers do well. The Clippers only do well if they have Kawhi. So of course give him the money. When I hear Mark Cuban say that, I'm like, Mark, are you saying that it's okay to do this? It's not, you can't do that. It's not legal to do that. Why is he sticking up for Steve Ballmer? Like, B, did you see all this story? Do you know what's going on here?
I didn't until you brought it up when you sent me the information.
Okay.
I didn't know, but I have an opinion on it. I damn sure have an opinion on it. That you might not like it. But I'm fucking vote, because at the end of the day, if you ain't see, you ain't trying.
Yeah. Look, I ain't mad. I think it's funny. Look, I think it's funny. They call it a no-show because he was supposed to do something for this company, and and the words no-show was used, and I'm like, they're great, like because he was a no-show for the team. Yeah, tree planters.
They plant trees.
But the CEO is going to jail. The CEO of this company is going to jail. It's fraudulent. And so that's the other piece of this is like, I don't know how Steve Ballmer comes out of this smelling like a rose when all is said and done. I don't know how it happens.
He's not like one of He got too much money to get in trouble.
Right.
Well, the problem with it is the fact that the NBA has put out all these rules and issues of if you get caught doing these things, these are what can and will happen to you. And now it's happened. So now they have to enforce all these ridiculous rules, and it's like draft pick compensation. It's it's fines. It's forfeit of games. It's you name it. And because they just never thought teams would be this stupid to kind of like hire a fake tree planting company and then have Kawhi Leonard show up as like a ribbon cutting ceremony. I mean, it's so to harp back to a couple episodes ago, it's another Kramer-esque type shit that he gets himself involved in. It's like this is like a Kramer Seinfeld episode.
Yeah.
So now, and here we are. So now the NBA is like, okay, we have to pull a Martha Stewart. It's like, okay, do we really have to put this woman in jail when everyone else on Wall Street is doing the same thing? Well,
Right.
we have to make an example out of her. And so now the NBA is set with a position where this is obvious that this happened. We can either turn eye to it and just be a laughingstock, or we can kind of use this as an example. And so I don't know, man. I think they're going to have to do something to Steve Ballmer. They're going to have to come down on him, at least for his
Take away
exciting
draft
white
picks.
boy dancing, his exciting
Yeah.
white dancing, at least,
Take away draft picks. I mean, something, a fine.
Yeah, they have to do something,
I agree. I have no problem with what he did, but like you said, he got caught. So if you get caught, you have to pay a price.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
That's
thing.
what
I'm
it
sure.
is. Yeah.
I'm sure this isn't the first time this has happened. I'm
No.
sure,
No,
Scotty.
And-
I'm sure
Well-
even people like freaking Horace Grant has probably been involved in situations where he's paid to do something that he doesn't really do. I mean, let's be
I
real.
think
This is
Cuban
not new,
Mark Cuban definitely has done it because he's already gone on record to say that he's on his side. Why would you say that? And he has immunity because he doesn't own the team anymore. So I think Mark Cuban probably did it, whether it was Kyrie or Dirk or Jason Kidd or Jason Terry or I don't know, any good players on the Mavs.
Every league sport does certain shit like that. My thing is, as smart as Steve Ballmer is he's a fucking genius. How do you get caught? Like, what happened? What transpired to where you got caught? Because people like that get caught. They don't get caught. Billionaires do fucked up shit all the time. Some of them get caught, but most of them don't get caught. So that's the more shocking part to me about this.
There's 7 witnesses according to Pablo. Now you're all gonna like dive into it now that you guys know a little bit more about it, I'm sure. But that's what I've heard is, yeah. So yeah, we'll see in the coming days like who these 7 people are that came forward supposedly and said we know about this and this, and Pablo Torres. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's definitely crazy. And then shifting to the women's side, which we have not done, TI, for it's been nice. It's been a nice month or so. We haven't had to talk about women's basketball. B, have you watched any of the WNBA this year? We have not talked about this. Be honest. Be honest.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. When they did all that the t-shirt shit and about we
pay us what you owe us.
I thought that shit was corny. I mean, you can only get paid what revenue you bring in. So I just like, where are y'all getting paid? Like, y'all not making LeBron money. Y'all not making stuff. It's not in y'all cards because none of y'all are bringing in tens of billions of dollars to their franchise.
No.
So that kind of turned me off of it. And the Clayton Clark, Angel Reese thing. I like that. I like that rivalry. I like that going on. But honestly, I can't watch that shit for long, man.
Thank you. Yeah, that's where we're at.
It's
for
just
sure.
bad. This is bad basketball.
But missing layups and like you see the cutaway clips, like is she gonna dunk? And then she goes up and misses a layup because she can't time it right of if she's gonna think about dunking. It's just ridiculous. But
I don't know what cutaway clips you're watching, but I ain't seeing no dunking going on. So
WNBA game is over. I don't think the other team could make a run to come back. In my mind, you got 10-point lead, the game is over.
See, that's a good point. In the NBA, you don't feel that way no matter if it's like Charlotte versus like the best team in the league. Look, LaMelo could just hit 3 threes and it's a wrap, and it's only a 1-point game now. Like, any team down 10, you're like, you're not that shocked if they come back. You're just not. But like you said, in the girls' game, if there's a 10-point lead, you're kind of like, well, yeah, it's probably a wrap. Like, that's just how it is. Now, it's even worse now because Caitlin Clark officially, as of yesterday, is officially donezo for the rest of the year. And the Fever were improved this year compared to last year. And now, like, there's no hope for them to win anything. And now people do they care? Are they going to care?
There's no hope. I mean, without Caitlin Clark being there, there's no hope for the WNBA. It's probably going to fold, even though it's not making a profit. It went bankrupt. Once the news broke.
They're going to cancel the rest of
this. Yeah, well, we don't even know how to pay our advertisers at this point. No. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark have increased the ratings and made it more watchable because there is a little rivalry there. But I'm with B. It's like, there's got to be substance for me to be interested. Just because two people hate each other, or the media pretends they hate each other, I don't think they really do. I think they know. It's kind of like Batman Joker. It's like, hey, we both need each other. And so I think if they both need each other for the WNBA to be more successful than it is in the past 20 years. So with that being said, I do like watching Caitlin Clark play. Nothing against Angel Reese. I think she's a good rebounder. I think she's got some good defensive prowess, but she's not fun to watch offensively. And I'm just like, I can't. I'm not watching a Bird Magic here. I'm not watching two offensive superstars. I'm watching an offensive star, and then it's like watching like Scottie Pippen go one-on-one with like Dennis Rodman or something. It's like, yeah, it's entertaining, but how much of it can you watch before it gets boring? And that's my take with the Clark Reese rivalry. So I hope that Paige and some of these other cats that are coming in, the new cats. What's the JuJu from USC? I'm hoping that
she's got to get healthy.
Yeah, I'm hoping that we can get all these cats in there, and then really have 5, 6, 7 of these young WNBA stars that make it worth watching and make people talk about it. Because right now you just have 2, unfortunately, and Paige. I keep forgetting about her, but she's great as well. So you got 3 like quote unquote, I guess, superstars, and well, I say that you've got the chick from Vegas as well. So
Asia Wilson.
Yeah, Asia. She's great. She's great. So they're stars, but it's like the future of the league is currently in a couple people's hands, and I hope they don't fumble that because it's been fun to talk about for the past at least year or so of clicks and things, and to get people talking about things they don't typically talk about, which is women's basketball.
I think the only hope they got is to link every team with NBA team and stop this summer shit. Play that. Mm-hmm. In high school when you went to the varsity basketball game, the girls played before the guys, and they had fans in the stands.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's a great point.
That is a great point.
That's a great point.
With the NBA teams, they have the NBA fans, and
right
now
there anyway.
People love their city. So you a Golden State fan, the Valkyrie, you're going to vote. You're going to watch the Valkyrie because you want them to win. You're a Golden State fan, so they're linked. That's more money for them, more revenue for them. They just want their independence, and I understand it, but that shit ain't getting y'all paid. Link with these teams, get together, and honestly, I think it would be worth watching at that point because then you watching it to see Steph Curry in the stands, LeBron in the stands. They watching their team play. They all you want to see them in a different light. It's another place to see them. It's a whole lot of scenarios that could come with that, and I think that would be the best idea for them, best move for them.
That's a really good point. I mean, they're already subsidizing them anyway. The NBA is already putting a portion of their money to the women anyway. That's been going on. So to have the girls go before the guys and set it up that way, that would be kind of fun. Because you talk about going to the game, if you're really truly a girls fan, you could leave after the first quarter of the guys game if that's not your thing, but you still get to see, some famous players play in the NBA game, if you're only there for the guys, you could just show up for the end of the fourth quarter of the girls' game. You could play it that way. Man, that would be crazy. For sure.
I mean, if the NBA is subsidizing the league, then why not go ahead and just throw that in, right? You're already buying your NBA ticket. The NBA has already paid for the WNBA.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly.
So let's just have them tip off at 5:00, and the Celtics are going to tip off at 7:15.
Yeah,
or,
exactly.
Whatever
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you don't lose anything, and right now they're trying to schedule the WNBA in the offseason, the NBA, because they're wanting to get that. Oh well, people miss basketball so
overlap
much.
And yeah.
No, it's like people will literally watch the G League over and over. They'll watch hours of the G League before the WNBA.
The minds is not. It's summer. We're not thinking about that shit. We just watched the NBA finals. We just did whole 82 games and all these damn playoff games. We burnt out at this point. We don't want to watch this shit again, especially worse basketball. We're watching worse.
Yeah.
So if we're going to watch this shit when we in the height of it, when all of our trucks need fuel with basketball. That's what we want to see. We just seen Steph Curry score 30 points and win this big ass game. Damn, I can't wait to the next game. Oh shit, Falcons play tomorrow. I'm gonna watch that shit.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. That would make it more fun, but WNBA, they're not going to go for it. Pay them what you owe them, and they just making it, like you said, corny. Let's
Tree Fitty. I got a Tree Fitty for him.
Yeah. Let's about Tree Fitty. Let's shift to college real quick. Reminder to catch Sports Edit Nation every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is new episodes, and follow us on social media. I wanted to ask T.I. real quick about there was talk, Ryan Clark was saying about quarterbacks who are elite, and they were asking about Arch Manning, like if he's going to be one that is like Andrew Luck or, that kind of thing. And now Texas plays, like, they opened with the tough team, Ohio State, and we talked about Ohio State having the type of defense that is like an NFL defense. Matt Patricia is the defensive coordinator for Ohio State. That dude is putting a clinic on for NFL defenses, and it messed up Arch Manning. But now, do you have Arch coming back to what we think he's going to be? Like, what's the over-under on touchdowns?
That whole thing is stupid. Like, people are like, oh, Arch Manning sucks. Oh, look at Arch. Oh, there's memes going around. Well, remember, his dad was the one who didn't make it to the NFL. And it's like, well, his dad had a career-ending injury. And both Eli and Peyton said that he was a way better football player than they ever could be. So let's pump the brakes on that nonsense. You know, I know people like their clicks, but man, the way that some of these, quote unquote sports pages went in on Arch, I was like, yeah, you're literally the reason why people laugh at you. But first of all, Ryan Clark, I do laugh at that guy whenever he opens his mouth, because he's always got something stupid to say, where he thinks that he's somebody special because he played for the Steelers. You know, him and his contact lenses that he's got. You know, what color eyes? He said
Tom Brady.
Does he have this week? But I saw that where he was talking about generational talents and things.
Tom Brady and
Patrick
Peyton
Mahomes,
and Drew Brees,
John Elway. Yeah, he was like John Elway and Patrick Mahomes are generational. No offense to John Elway. I mean, I think John Elway's great. But he won some Super Bowls. He did. A lot of quarterbacks have won Super Bowls. A lot of them haven't. Outside of that, what did John Elway do except those 2 Super Bowl years? I just saw him basically just playing a bunch of football like somebody like Phillip Rivers or somebody else.
I was going to say, he was Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, exactly, right? So that's the thing. Like, Ryan Clark just needs to pump the brakes a little bit. I think there are better things to do with your time than bet against Arch Manning. That's what I'm going to say. Because I think he'll put it together.
What you think, B?
I'm up and down with Ryan. I mean, I love the
The
podcast.
pivot.
Love the podcast. I love what he do, but all of them have these like some takes just be like, bro, you clearly just trying to get clicks at this boy. And Brian Clark is definitely one of them. My opinion on Arch Manning is I'm not worried one bit about Arch Manning because the spin he got on that ball, that thing whistles, man. It's a beautiful ball. He was his first game starting on the road with like you said, NFL defensive coach who knows what the fuck he's doing. He knows how to get under young quarterbacks. That's what he's supposed to do. And then he in hostile territory. You got to understand all that. And so he started off. They started off shaky. But at the end of that game, he was zipping it. He was putting it in
Yeah.
there.
In the
So
fourth, yeah.
I'm not told because I'm not. I don't have a college team per se. But I'm watching every Texas game this year because of Arch. I'm rooting for him to do good, to be successful because I think he could be something. But he's like imagine Peyton. He ain't saying he Peyton, but imagine Peyton with legs, bro.
Mhm.
It's
Come on,
unfair.
Yeah, he's got some wheels on him. Got some wheels.
He got some game, man. And I was, my guys in the group chat, in the Eagles group chat, was talking about him like, oh, he's done, he cooked. Why would he be a number one pick? This is crazy. They always trying to hype him up. I'm like, y'all, this is one game against one of the best teams in the league. Like, stop.
Yeah, against the national champions, like as Adam said, coming out with a new, professional NFL caliber defensive coordinator. Like, yeah. Hey, we just won national championship. We're better than everybody, and we just upped our game. So congratulations, you get to play this week 1, and with all the hype on your shoulders because 1, people think that you're a shoe-in for the Heisman, and 2, your last name is Manning. So yeah, I just think I know we're in a world of sound bites where people want to get their clicks and stuff, but like I said, there's more wise things to do with your time than to bet against Arch Manning. I think he's going to come out on top.
Yeah, well, the school that Texas plays is a school that I was born about 11 minutes away, San Jose State University in the Bay Area. That's who is playing Texas. They're only a 36-point underdog. So I think Arch might be fine.
State.
San Jose State, bro.
Who are they? The fighting Sabercats?
They're the Spartans.
Spartans.
But
Sabercats was a good choice. Sabercats was a good choice.
Yeah. It's gonna be a long day.
Arch about to come back though. I think he gonna have 4 touchdowns at least.
So the only matchup worth talking about for college, in my opinion, this week is number 15 Michigan versus number 18 Oklahoma. It's at Oklahoma. That's the only match. Everything else is like Grambling versus who is it? Versus Ohio State. Grambling State at Ohio State. Like, we're not talking about that. Tennessee versus East Tennessee State. Clemson versus Troy. Texas A&M versus Utah State. Like, we're not talking about any of those games. So, Oklahoma at home against Michigan, and Michigan started off their season with kind of a popcorn game because they beat New Mexico by 17. So now they're at Oklahoma. I mean, I don't know that. I think I have Oklahoma in this one.
My gut tells me Oklahoma. I don't think it's going to be a runaway. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Michigan's a lot better than probably people are giving them credit for.
For sure.
Considering their circumstances of, all the controversy. But I think Oklahoma wins this for sure. I think Oklahoma's learned a lot about themselves since they joined the SEC because they're playing better talent. I'm not saying they weren't by before, but now when you're having your throwaway games or going up against people like South Carolina and things like that, like teams you would never face before. It's like, okay, you learn what it takes to win on the road or what it takes to win in the fourth quarter. And so I think Oklahoma pulls this out.
A freshman quarterback going on the road, a top 25 team. I don't know very many freshman quarterbacks that can go on the road against a top 25 team and just pull out a dub. They don't make them that way. It's just tough. So yeah, Oklahoma. B, do you see it any different? I know you're not really have a team, but I mean, we don't live too far away from Michigan, so we know a lot of people that are Michigan fans. You know that.
Big Blue, go. That's all I'm talking about. I mean, I didn't catch the either one of them last week. I don't know what they actually working with yet. But I mean, if I'm rooting for anybody, I'm rooting for Michigan. I mean, I had to vote for them because we're so close. But
yeah, the Big Ten.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance. I can't even chime in on it because I didn't get a chance to watch them last week. But the reason why we do games are so damn weak because they front loaded the fucking week one with every damn good game you could possibly have. So this week we shut them up.
Yeah, we're kind of taking a breath on this week. That's fine. All right, let's get to NFL. Let's start with the game in Brazil tonight. Here's what I don't like. I don't like forcing teams to travel and play a divisional opponent. Like, to me, if it was the Eagles and Cowboys in Brazil, I would say that's not fair. The 49ers open on Sunday with the Seahawks. If we had to go to Brazil, I'd say that's not fair. Whoever it is, Titans, Colts, I just feel like the NFL should not do that to teams. And I know it'll be a good game, but I'm upset if I'm Kansas City or the Chargers. But who do you guys got?
Titans will take it. They need some exposure, so they'll take it. Wherever at this point, yeah, Titans like, you want us to go to Iraq and play? We'll do it. We don't really care.
Iran.
Yeah.
Hey,
as long as it's a nationally televised game, we're on it.
Let me ask B real quick. What do you think of Cam Ward?
I'm not sure. I mean, he's the least talked first number one pick I've ever seen before. I don't know if it was just because he was a shoo-in or, man, this whole offseason, I haven't heard a word about Cam Ward. I'm rooting for him. I am rooting for him.
Welcome to being a Titans fan. That's what it's like. We don't even hear about him. I live locally.
And you live right there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. He has been disrespected as number one pick. There's a lot of Sanders hype. I think Mel Kiper was pushing that narrative so hard that people actually thought that Sanders was going to be a top 5 pick. And when it didn't happen, it was like they shifted to that story immediately. And they just left Cam behind, and he talks about it. He doesn't talk about it vindictive, but he talks about it as fuel. So I'm fine with it. I'd rather be off the radar. Rather be
working favor for him because he's under the radar. Now, you don't know what he can do. I mean, you've seen what he did with college, North College. But I'm excited to actually watch him play. I actually took him. I got 7 fantasy leagues. I took him as my backup in one of them because I'm like, you don't know, he could pop off and be Jay Daniels this year. Like you have no.
I mean, he's going to put up some numbers. I went to a couple camp sessions and saw enough to see what he can do. Now, granted, that's just camp. It doesn't mean anything. But when I'm watching him just going out there and nonchalant little drills and stuff, and just commanding the players and putting them in the right positions. And
so it was better than Will Levis. Is that what you're saying? Like it looked better.
I mean, Will Levis looked great in camp too, though, man. Last year he did. Will Levis looked great. Yeah, he did.
T.I. would not shut up about Will Levis last year on the podcast, and I'm like, bro, like we're not.
I'm so sorry for you. You got yourself a quarterback. Who y'all play this year?
Oh, we played Denver, unfortunately.
No, that's a wrap. Sorry. 0-1.
You never know. Never know.
Yeah.
Bro, it's at Denver. It's at Denver, B.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. They got a new team. They got new players.
Look,
You know,
my guys from the 49ers will be ready for him. Huff and, man, the linebacker, we got – look, that's a mini 49er team out there. I'm hyped for the Broncos. So let me – okay, who do you guys got tonight? Chiefs, Chargers, who you got?
come on, man. You got to take the Chiefs, man.
Oh, my Patrick Mahomes. Oh, here's a guy.
Oh, Patrick Mahomes. Just look at him out there. Oh, it's like he is the ring general and everyone else is just in the circus. You know, that's old Collinsworth there. But yeah, I can't bet against the primetime Chiefs opening game. I do like Herbert, but I just can't. If I'm gonna have to be realistic here, I gotta trust my gut. And ever since they made that Travis Kelce Taylor Swift announcement, I just feel like it's inevitable. They might even roll off 17-0. You know, you just never know, man.
Game by 1 point.
Yeah.
Mahomes is a league sweetheart, and he's losing stock because of the way he destroyed his ass in the Super Bowl. But even before that, Mahomes hasn't been great the last 2 years. So
Sure.
they have
Absolutely.
He cannot be not great this year. He can't afford not to be great this year. I feel like the refs in the league will help him out a little bit. I'm not saying they're going to cheat, but you know, a little extra push here. Oh yeah, well, I'm gonna throw that flag. But I mean, and ain't nobody got no love for the Chargers. They got love for Harbaugh, but ain't nobody really got no love for the Chargers. But
It's true.
Hope for upset. I would rather the Chargers win, but then again, we play the Chiefs the week after, so are the league gonna let the Chiefs go 0-2?
I wonder if I wonder if the Chargers fan, I wonder if the Chargers super fan, that little Asian lady with glasses, I wonder if she'll be out there in San Paulo, you know? She's been every opening game, she's there, like they show her, you know. So maybe NFL wise her up.
They bought her a ticket.
She's great. Every time they show her, she's like, you know, or then she's like, you know, like every time, it's like the best facial expression. So
like Dora the Explorer.
Yeah. San Paulo last year, he was in Green Bay, and I could tell you, like, I just hate that shit.
Yeah, that was ugly. That field was all messed up. All the players getting hurt. Hell, Jordan Love got hurt. That thing was awful. I can't believe they're going back and doing it, to be honest. Hopefully they improve the field.
Yeah, it's about that money.
I'll tell you, YouTube TV needs to up their commercials though for it. Their commercials are like not even making me want to watch it. One of their commercials was like, you know, Chargers and Chiefs from San Paulo. It's almost like the universe is telling you to cancel your Friday night plans. Like, first of all, if there's anybody that is an NFL fan, they have penciled in Friday night for like the last 6 months. It's like, these were already my plans. If you're wanting people that aren't NFL fans to watch this, you need to up your commercials or something. And then they're like, including a halftime performance by Karol G. And I'm like, who's Karol G? Who's that? Who's that? I don't know who that is. Is that Kenny G's daughter? I don't know who that is, you know?
Kenny G's daughter. That's a good one.
Who are you, outside of Mahomes and Herbert, who are you excited to watch in that game?
Yeah, for real. Taylor Swift's future husband. That's about it, right?
He's clearly on his last leg. Clearly, I don't care how much weight he lost. He's not Travis Kelce of 2-3 years ago. I mean, so who are we selling? Who are we watching? I mean, outside of the quarterbacks, I mean, I do want to see the rookie for the Chargers. It started at 8, I think. He's projected to be really, really freaking good. I'm excited to see him play. Other than that, I could give a damn about who's playing in that game. I just want the Chiefs to lose.
Right, we all want the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot of option there. I mean, I think they got I think the Chargers have a rookie running back. You know, I think they drafted a new receiver this year. But yeah, overall, it's like Justin Herbert needs a true weapon. He's never really had. I mean, what Mike Williams on his last leg was like the best receiver he's ever had. So
Keenan Allen when Keenan.
And now he's back.
yeah,
And he's back.
but I
He's
mean,
old now.
Keenan though still was kind of winding down at that point, you know. But
Keenan and Kel.
yeah, but yeah, the Chargers for sure. I mean, we'll kind of see like what they have. I mean, I kind of agree with Adam. It's kind of silly to have two division teams going across the country and battling each other, but it gives an excuse to make people watch. You know, I think that's part of the deal. It's like, hey, well, at least we make it a rivalry game. People will tune in because I don't know, man. One of these.
Team though?
Do what?
Is that fair to the home team though?
Right. See, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. It's not fair.
Yeah, for sure.
Home game. That's ridiculous. You take away, and then I assume it's the Chargers because we play in Tennessee next week. So I assume the Chargers probably the home team.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Home game on a rival. That's messed up. So I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
Give it to the Chiefs. It's all right. Give it to them.
Yeah.
We'll let them have it.
So
have that home game.
We're talking about we don't care much about other outside of the quarterbacks. Let's talk about what we do care about. There's two games in particular this week that I think all eyes are going to be on, and that's the 4:25 game, Detroit at Green Bay, and then the Sunday night game, Ravens at Bills. So let's start with Lions and Packers.
Mm-hmm.
This has been the last 2 seasons now been way more exciting. It started with when the Lions beat Aaron Rodgers in his last game as a Packer. And since then, Lions and Packers has been really way more exciting to watch than the last, 50 years? So this game, I'm locked on for sure, even though my game is also at the 4 o'clock hour. I'm still going to have one eye on that game. B, who do you like in that game? Keep in mind, it's in Green Bay. Micah Parsons will not need an injection is the last that I've heard. Now, that could change 50 times from now until Sunday, but they're saying like he's good to go.
Well, the thing about the Micah Parsons thing playing Detroit is he's ineffective in that game. Their bread and butter is they run game. You run straight at Mike, he ain't work for them. So that factor in don't really matter to me. I think Green Bay is a little overrated, in my opinion. I just think that Jordan Love is a little overrated. He gets so much praise and so much love. He hasn't done anything. He had a good season his first year when he started.
But in the playoffs,
he's not good in the playoffs besides when he banged Dallas ass. But, I mean, he threw 2 picks when we played him in the playoffs this last year. So, I mean, I think it'll be a good game. I do think it'll be a good game. I think the Lions will be too much for him. I think the Lions defense coming back, Aiden Hutchinson is back, who I think will be the best DN in the league in about a year or two. And probably was last year before he got hurt. And I am looking forward to seeing the running backs, man. Gibbs and Montgomery together.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, man.
Sonic and Knuckles, yeah.
And Williams.
So
I think they're gonna change their dynamic a little bit. I think we're still gonna see Montgomery get some goal line touches, but I think they're gonna unleash Gibbs. I think they've been building him up. I think there's a reason why, they traded the farm to trade up and get him in that draft. People were like, what is Dan Campbell doing? Why is he already has a running back? Why is he drafting up for Gibbs? I think we saw last year what his master plan was for Gibbs, and I don't know. I think Montgomery is still going to get a lot of numbers, but he's not going to have the touchdowns he had last year. I think Montgomery had something like 10, 12 touchdowns or something. Even maybe even more. I don't know. But I know it was like a career year for him, and that was a lot because of Gibbs, because it was that whole smash and dash. But I think now that this is Gibbs' team at this point because he is too. He's just too good. He's just too good for it not to be. It's like when the Titans had Chris Johnson and Lindell White, and they had this whole smash and dash thing going on. and Chris Johnson would run down the field 90 yards, and then Lindell White would punch it in. That's cute and all on paper, and it sells T-shirts. But let's be real; these are grown men that have egos, and Jamar Gibbs is a world-renowned talent, and I just think that Dan Campbell knows that this is his team, at least on the offensive side of the ball. Sure, Jared Goff is the leader, but this team is only going to go as far as Jamar Gibbs takes them. So I like watching him play, man.
Well, you know, he about what this is third. He's going into a third year, so they gotta pay him. He ain't finna be like, oh hell yeah, touchdown, fuck that, bro. Give me the ball.
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
Mhm.
That shit. So
Absolutely, man.
I gotta get 1,500 yards. I don't have time to be buddy with Montgomery. It's cool, it's cute,
Yeah.
but I'm the guy. It's a lot of
Those
things.
T-shirts. Yeah. So Ti, do you have the Lions winning at Green Bay as well?
At Green Bay?
At
I don't know. I don't think so. I think Green Bay historically has the Lions number in big games. Now, last couple of years, the Lions have been able to really either beat them or kind of take it to the last minute. So, I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I would say if it was
it's a close.
I would say if it was in Detroit, I would lean towards Detroit. But I think the Packers pull it out. I think Packers got a lot of hype going on. They are super excited about Matthew Golden. They haven't drafted an offensive weapon in the first round since.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is pissed.
Since Devontae Adams.
Aaron Rodgers is like that guy. Like, hey.
But I do think it's hilarious, and that. I mean, Green Bay, the most boring franchise in the history of football. They finally use a first-round draft pick, and then they draft a guy just by the name of Matthew Golden. Just like I'm half the time I'm looking him up, like, who the hell is Matthew Golden? Sounds like somebody who should be like reviewing a book that was written by an athlete, you know. The foreword written by Matthew Golden. But anyway, so like there's a lot of hype around Matthew Golden. There's a lot of hype around the Micah trade. They're looking for Jordan Love to take that next step. So I got to lean towards the Packers in this game, you know. Although I lean towards UNC against TCU, and we see how that worked out. So doesn't mean that I know anything. I do call myself an idiot proudly. So
right. All right. So let's go to Ravens Bills. That is juicy. It is juicy. I'll say this. I'm almost mad that it's week 1, bro. Hold on. Can we have it like week 8 or something? Can we hold on? It's like it's detrimental. I don't like it.
I think it needs to be Monday night. I don't know. Even Sunday night's a little too premature. Give me Monday night, you know.
So it's in Buffalo. It's not going to be freezing cold. Man, I like Lamar to run all over that field. B, who you got in that one?
I think the best thing about this game is one of them teams has to lose, so the media won't be glazing them so hard. So I am perfectly fine with this being week 1. Granted, I think it would be a much better game 6-7 weeks from now when everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
But I am so happy one of them is going to lose because they've been it's Bills and the Ravens, which I'm fine with that because they AFC and I don't give a damn about AFC that much. But if us the winner. I think you gotta go Baltimore, man. If they defense turned out the way it's supposed to, and if Lamar keep putting up the numbers he's been putting up, and I got Zay Flowers on my fantasy, so hey, win.
Ravens.
And I like Josh. I like Josh over there, but I mean, how long can Josh be Superman? You know, like what? Who else gonna step up? I'm not like James. I got James Cook on my fantasy. But if I had to pick a winner in that game, I think I want Bills to win, but I think Baltimore will take it.
That's exactly what I would say. T.I., what do you think?
You know, I gotta go with the home team again. I gotta go with the Bills again. Nothing against the Ratbirds. I've got a lot of Ratbirds on my team, my fantasy teams this year. In one of my leagues, I have Lamar and Derrick Henry on the same team. So definitely can't be hating on them. But it's early. They're coming off a a heartbreak in the playoffs. They're looking to make a statement. If they sputter early, they're going to start, pointing fingers, looking at each other, trying to figure out what's going on. Media's going to be panning over to Harbaugh. What's wrong with these Ravens? Meanwhile, Josh Allen's going to be out there throwing, 60 and 70-yard flicks of the wrists, and all he has to do is connect on 2 of them, and before you know it, it's a 14-17, 7 game or something like that. So I'm going to go with the home team, just because we need to have some parity here, and we need to make sure that we can debate things. So I'm not going to go all
no
in,
other reason.
Not going to go all in on the Ratbirds, even though I hate them. But yeah, my gut says Josh Allen. But hey, I've got Lamar in one league. I got Josh Allen in another league. Had Hurts last night. So it's hard to be biased when we play the game of fantasy football. It really is.
It runs our life.
Unless you're watching the team, SB is repping his team, and I'm repping my Titans right now. Adam's got his Jerry Rice autograph up there in the corner. So we get it. We're all fans, but when it comes down to it, sometimes that fantasy football can drive you to root for some teams that you hate,
like the Cowboys and all that.
I
got Lamar too in 2 of my leagues. I got Lamar.
So you get it too.
But I would want the Bills to win because I'm tired of this blazing that they do for Baltimore. But I just wanted to dive.
Yeah, for sure. It's like I said, Derrick Henry can run for 5,000 yards as long as they go for 0-17. I don't care,
Man, well, B, you got to come hang out with us later on in the season. Talk more football. Obviously, when NBA comes rolling around, bring you back for that as well. So thanks for hanging out. Remember, guys, new episodes of Sports Idiot Nation come every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Follow us on social media and respect this trophy. We will see you Monday. Thank you for watching this episode of Sports Idiot Nation. Remember, we are on all social media and on YouTube, and the podcast can be found on Spotify and Apple Podcast. Remember, new episodes are every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And remember, because you watch Sports Idiot Nation,
you would be the smartest idiot in the whole world.